so happy that you finally got to make one of these international trips, because we missed you in Dubai, and of course you weren't there for Ascot either, but you're there this time.
Yeah, finally I had to give in, Laura, and it seems like I haven't influenced the luck in any way, or giving him good luck by missing out on his races. Anyway, he's been doing great. But no, it's nice to be over here, and it's nice to be able to see the horse again, because I hadn't seen him for a while. So nice to be over, catch up with some old friends as well, and it's great to be part of something like that.
And he's run 2 amazing races. Were you very confident ahead of the Alcoaz that he had what it takes? Because it was a strong race.
Yeah, I mean, we were at a point with the horse where, I mean, his form is impeccable. You just look at his form, and he's just a model of consistency. He has been as long as we've had him. And I think he just needed a new factor to kind of just maybe spark him up a little bit again. He's getting to 8 years old, maybe getting a little bit clever in his races. So we thought about Dubai for 2 years, and this year we decided, it was time for him to go, because he was a little tricky to train back along, and I wasn't sure about bringing him, but he seemed like he'd settled down and he'd matured mentally enough. At 8 years old, you would hope so anyway, but he did, and we felt that this was the year to try it. He had won over $1 million, so we had kind of achieved that. So we said, why not take a shot at Dubai? And then when Dubai went so well, Mr. Ross, I think, got a taste for the travel too. And, they decided they'd come to Ascot, and they had a great experience there, and the horse ran a great race there. So it's been a very successful deal all around, really.
It really has. And I know he's had a bit of a gallop on the July course. How do you think he'll handle it on Saturday?
He looked like he handled it beautifully on Monday. It's not as stiff as 6 as Ascot. That's why we kind of, I think the horse probably has a stamina limitation. He ran, I think 6.5 was the furthest we'd run him in the States, and he maybe didn't quite get home, but I can't put my hand on my heart and say that he didn't. But I think the 6 here will be fine. I think he'll get it, because you do run down that hill for quite a bit, and then you hit you hit a rise. But he looked like he got nice momentum the other day and handled the track really well. So hopefully he can do that on Saturday.
And your career, I was just looking at your stats, you've really gone steeply upwards in the last few years. But this is kind of a new venture, isn't it? Taking one over to England.
Yeah, absolutely, Laura. Look, coming from Ireland, you always dreamt about doing stuff like this and going to Dubai. Of course, Dubai has always been a very special place for me as well. So to have horses that are able to do stuff like that and be successful doing it, it's undescribable. I mean, it's beyond what we would have ever dreamed. But no, it's been fantastic now, and to have one for Ascot, for Newmarket. Newmarket, of course, is my old stomping ground. I spent years here, with Godolphin and then with Mark Wallace. So it's nice to get back here and see old friends and to be part of a big race.
And I have to ask you about Maxfield, because he's been a triumph of patience, really, hasn't he? You've had to be so patient with him, and it's really, he's paid you back this year.
He's a great horse, Laura. We never, we've always thought the world of the horse. I mean, even as a 2-year-old, what he did for a very immature horse physically, to do what he did was fantastic. And I mean, I just thought he's going to be a better 3, 4, 5-year-old, and when he did get injured, it was always something we could fix. So we were disappointed, but to be fair to the team at Godolphin, they were great, and they never flinched. It was always give him as much time as you need to give him, and I always knew there was going to be light at the end of the tunnel. His injuries were fixable, and thank God now he seems like he's been very sound since. Hopefully that lasts, and I think if it does, he seems like he's getting better and better with his races. So I don't know that we've even seen the best of him yet, which is a scary thought.
That's exciting. And is there a penciled in plan for his next race?
He's going to run the Whitney at Saratoga on the 7th of August is the intention, Laura. Obviously, you know, end of the year, you'd hope that he'd be Breeders' Cup bound, but I think the Whitney is more than likely going to be his next step. He went up there, actually. He got in there this morning. So, you know, we've got a good month up there now to go for that. And, you know, we can work him onto the racetrack itself. And I'm going to head back there when I go back now next week. We'll head up there and start working them and getting them ready for that.
Wow. And I know it's a long way off, but will we see you maybe with Maxwell, maybe with another horse in Dubai next year? Because you've got a 2-for-2 record to defend here at Meydan.
Yeah, it'd be. I don't know what the plan is with Maxfield yet. You know, obviously, you know, there would be maybe the prospect of him going to stud at the end of the year. Maybe not. Maybe we'll get another year with him. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. I guess it's dependent on what happens between now and the end of the year. But it sure would be nice to bring him back to Dubai. You know. So yeah, who knows? Who knows if he's still in training? Then I can't see why not.
And have you got any exciting horses coming through? Any youngsters that we should know about at this early stage? I've a lovely bunch of 2-year-olds this year. I got some really nice horses from Godolphin. Of course, you know, a lot of them were not in a major hurry with them because, you know, given their pedigrees and everything, they're kind of, you know, a lot of them are going to be fall 2-year-olds, but we got a really nice bunch from them this year, and we've a few other nice 2-year-olds. I'm actually going to run a 2-year-old next week in the Sanford at Saratoga. He won first time out at Churchill, a horse called Candy Landing. He's a twirling candy horse, and he won well first time out. So we're going to take a shot at the Sanford, and that'll be kind of a new thing for me now to have an early 2-year-old. But yeah, looking forward to him. And there's some other nice ones that'll be coming along here now in the next couple of months.